Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot and I'm your tarot reader Stephanie. Today's reading is about March 2026 predictions. We're going to see what the month of March has in store for you. We have 4 piles here for you today. Pile 1, you have the green fluorite. Pile 2, we have the raw emerald. Pile 3, we have the garnierite stone. And pile 4, we have the seafoam calcite or pistachio calcite, whatever your choice of cool name for this calcite is. So take a few deep breaths, think about the month of March, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the fluorite wand, then we have a reading here for you about the month of March. We're going to see what the month of March has in store for you. We're going to start with the oracles, then we're going to get into the tarot, where we will see more specifically your love relationships, and your career and finance. So let's start with the card you chose. We have Taurus, the Hierophant, number 5. Okay, so a Taurus could be significant. The time of Taurus could be important, or the Taurus moon. And of course, the Hierophant is about tradition. In some cases, it could be spirituality. Let's get the rest of your cards. We have Spider, number 9. We have Hands Connection, number 43. We have Naughties. And you got 2 of these. We have Ginkgo Breakthrough and Valerian Acceptance, number 39 and 44. Okay, a great month because I feel like things are shifting. Things are shifting for the better, specifically when it comes to connections with people or a relationship between you and somebody else. And it's interesting that Hands here and even the Spider card, she's doing a little cat's cradle with her hands. In fact, all of these cards, with the exception of this last one, have hands in some way, shape, or form. The Hierophant has like these hands in prayer. The Spider has the cat's cradle. These 2 hands are reaching out. Naughties here has like that hand reaching out for help. And even the Ginkgo has a little a hand holding this sword. It makes me think of the Ace of Swords. So there's something about a breakthrough with a particular person or situation. I'm more inclined to say person though, especially if you've been having a rough time connecting with somebody, getting along with somebody, or if there's been some sort of severance of a connection or relationship here. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be familial, platonic, friendship, whatever it is. I feel like this month is especially good for those of you who want to socialize or get to know somebody one-on-one. Because whatever the situation is, I feel like you either want to build something or you're reaching out to help somebody or somebody wants to help you. And in accepting this hand, accepting whatever this is, you kind of learn something that you've been needing to learn. For a lot of you, it could even just be accepting that you need help in a more professional manner, whether it's a doctor or anything to that sort. And not only that, but you reach out and you get somebody who really bonds with you, connects with you. Because I'm getting a sense of like something starting out formal or being formal, but then it like becomes something better, something more laid back, something more natural. And whatever this is, you're meant to build off of it. Because I'm thinking of how the spider weaves its webs, and the webs kind of help catch something. So there could be something about building something with somebody or even a group of people. It could be more than one person, so that you can create something new. Or I feel like for a lot of you, you're just accepting help, like shamelessly accepting help. Not that there's to be any shame in that at all, but I feel like for some of you, there could have been pride getting in the way, hence why it feels like that. And it's going to be a great month for this. What else is coming through? The number 43 and 44 could be of importance here. Maybe somebody is of those ages, as well as 39. We have 5 and 9. So for a lot of you, I feel like if you've been seeking help or if you've been needing the right person for something, it's going to come through in March. For some of you, March could be a great time to meet people that you could build long-lasting connections with. I remember somebody telling me this because I have my ascendant in the late degrees of Pisces, which happens during March. But somebody told me, like, all the big stuff that happens in your life always happens in the month of March. So for some of you, you could be having this as well, specifically if you have anything in the late degrees of Pisces and early degrees of Aries, because this is the astrological new year, right? Pisces being the last sign and Aries being the new sign or the first sign. And it's also, I know some people consider like March, is it 20 or 21st, 22nd to be the new year. So if you celebrate that, then that would make a lot of sense. But regardless, there's something here about finding a connection with somebody or deepening an already existing connection, one where you may even need each other's help for something and you help each other with a breakthrough. But it has to be accepted, because the acceptance card is here, letting me know that some of you have had a hard time accepting this or even welcoming it, inviting it in, believing in it here with the Hierophant. And Taurus energy can be stubborn. I'm saying that as a Taurus myself. So it may have taken some time for you to get here or to accept something. But regardless, it's coming through and you're going to build something amazing off of that. So already loving the vibes in this pile one. So let's get into your tarot. We're going to start with the 8th house tarot for your general messages for pile 1 in the month of March. Yeah, there's definitely a stubbornness in this particular pile, but it's cute, it's endearing. We have the King of Swords reversed. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, your impulse is going to win over your logical thinking, but I think that's a good thing in this case, because if you had thought about it any longer, you would have just sat there and not made a choice, and something requires you to make a choice or to take action right now. So it may feel like you caved into something, but you needed to. You needed your impulses to win out in this case. We have the 5 of Wands. Because I feel like a lot of you are prone to indecision, or whatever this case is, there's something about indecisiveness, 10 of Pentacles. Not only that, but like it would have cost you more in the long run. Like whatever you were losing out on was going to cost you more in the long run with the 10 of Pentacles reversed here. And the Knight of Pentacles. But don't worry about it. You will get back to a steady pace. So this makes me think that you start something and at first it's like very spontaneous or instantaneous, and you may even like second guess yourself. It's like, oh no, did I do the right choice? It's like, nope, can't go back now. You made that choice. Let's move forward. But it's okay because it will eventually even out. Like the pace will even out. So it may have started spontaneously, or it may have come out of nowhere. It needed to. And then you will find your own pace in this. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm being shown like somebody or even the universe pushing you towards something that you thought you weren't ready for. Because if you had kept thinking about it, you would have never taken the chance. So you just needed to get in through the door. And then once you're there, you go at the pace you want. Once you're there, you're able to like bypass the internal struggle, the things you would have missed out on. Like if it had been up to just you, pile 1, you would have thought about it forever and never made a decision. Because that's what the King of Swords is when he's reversed. He's indecisive and tends to overthink. So this required action, but you're solid in this. Whatever it is, it's for your own good. And I feel like the universe is really guiding you in this. Back of the deck, we have the 2 of Cups. This could be about that connection we were talking about in the beginning. But take that only if it resonates. Or it could even be a friend pushing you. Yeah, because we have the 7 of Cups with options. Maybe some of you were kind of being numbed out by indecision as well. So somebody just had to push you in this direction. So let's get your cards for love and connections, which I'm excited to see because I feel like a lot of this does have something to do with one-on-one connections. For pile 1. We have the Empress. A lot of you are looking amazing. You're also in your most receptive era, especially those of you who have either Venus in Pisces or Venus in Aries or both. It's also a great time for a makeover, I'm hearing. We have Death reversed. We have 4 of Pentacles. I'm hearing something isn't really over, or something is never truly over. I'm hearing something along those lines. I feel like you let go of a certain aspect of something. So maybe you let go, for example, of the outcome of a situation between you and somebody else. And that's allowing for the connection to reshape itself or transform in a way that it needs to. But it's not really over, is what I'm hearing. And I'm not talking, okay, so for those of you who have recently broken up with someone, I'm not talking about that. If you know for sure you're not going to get back with somebody, I'm not talking about that. It's more like for those of you casually dating, or for those of you who are already in a committed relationship, but there's been like some sort of issue between you and your person. That's what I'm talking about. You let go of an expectation, you let go of a situation, you let go of control, basically. And this is allowing for things to take its natural course of action. We also have the Star and Justice. Yeah, this is the natural course of action. Like things will balance themselves out, but first you have to almost not give up hope, but like release the hope of something. Like whatever you thought something was supposed to turn out, or however you thought it was meant to be, let go of it, because it's meant to unfold in a way that if you were asserting your own energy over this, it wasn't going to turn out right. So this could be like maybe you and your partner want to do something, but you really wanted to do it your way and they really wanted to do it their way. And the truth is it's supposed to be a completely different way that is going to work out for the both of you. So I'm getting something along those lines. Same thing with a friend, or whomever it is that we are working here with. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you both benefit from letting go of this. So if you've been at a standstill with somebody, or if you've been disagreeing, I feel like you're meant to both just kind of have your way, but in ways you weren't expecting. Maybe you're both very rigid thinkers, or maybe you have like your own set way of thinking. And it's almost like the universe is working as your what's the term? Mediary? Your middleman to work something out. That's why Justice is here. It's also a Venus, I'm thinking of Venus here, not just because of the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles with Taurus and Justice with Libra, again, a Venus ruled sign. So I definitely feel like there's a lot of harmony, but the harmony comes when you let stuff go. This could even be choosing to let go of a grudge, or of again, a certain outcome, like whatever it is. It's better when you just relax your grip on the situation. Back of the deck, we have the Moon. Not only that, but I feel like things will be revealed. It's almost like you have to have some sense of vulnerability, that holding on to some sort of ideal or mentality is preventing a very strong sense of vulnerability that you and your person or friend or whomever need right now. So things will end up working out. It's just the way you, or maybe the both of you, are going about it is just not how it's meant to play out. But in the end, it's all about the bigger picture. And I feel like the bigger picture is about how much you both care about each other and respect each other. I like that. It's like things don't have to be difficult, but because we are humans, sometimes we insist on things being difficult, or we expect things to be difficult sometimes as well. And I think that could be one of the things that you could be releasing, is expecting to something always being a problem, especially if it's like a repeating concern. All right, so let's move on to career and finance for my pile one. We have the High Priestess reversed. You're not really in tune with what's going on at work right now. This could be for some of you because you could be taking a trip or vacation. I know a lot of people who do in March. You have the Five of Cups. You will benefit from a difficult experience. We have the Five of Pentacles reversed. I feel like work is not on your mind, or the universe is kind of asking you for work to not be on your mind. If you can take your mind off of it, it would be better. Because the less you think about it, the easier it gets, or the less you think about your budget, the better your budget gets. Does that make sense? It's similar to the energy that I was picking up on up here in the relationship sector, but I feel like that actually applies to your work and finances as well. The less you think about it, the more control you actually have over it. It's kind of like micromanaging versus just allowing things to flow. We have more control in the flow than if we were to, it's like working with the flow gives us more control than trying to control everything. We have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you're releasing something. It's funny that the Four of Pentacles, I wonder if for some of you, this friendship or even your romantic relationship is influenced or in conjunction with your finances or your work, if you work with the people that you love. Which is weird because it's usually not the case. When I do these, the monthly readings, it's usually the general and relationship part that are more connected than this bottom part. But for a lot of you, you could be Like if you work with your friends or if you work with your partner, I guess this makes sense. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. If you knew that, why did you do that? Back of the card. Okay, so when it comes to your finances, and for a lot of you, this could be more finances than work, I feel like you have to be very laissez-faire, which I think the literal translation is like, let them do whatever. Like, let them do. It's like the more hands-off you are, the better things happen. Or the more hands-off if you allow people to do their thing, things will work out a lot more better. Or will work out better. I'm being shown like a parent, this is the example, like a parent watching their kids do something, but kids don't learn anything if you do everything for them. Kids learn by doing something, and when they need help, they'll either ask you or you can step in before things get really, really wrong. You know, it's kind of that. Like, I feel like that's the mentality you should have this month. Just let things happen. Let go, let live, let love, just let go and let God. And whenever you see things getting really bad, that's when you step in. Or I feel like a lot of you just would benefit more from relaxing and chilling out. Honestly, this month. Back of the deck, we have the Hermit. And I don't know why I'm getting the feeling of isolation with the Hermit reversed. And I don't always get that. But here it's kind of like you really have to keep to yourself and do your own thing. Because if you were to involve yourself, it would be just things won't work out the same way. Not because you're not relevant in the situation, but more because you're meant to see the unfolding of something and how wonderful it can be. But when it comes to the workplace, I feel like you make more money by doing less, or you could get more done by planning ahead, like more planning and less doing, like work smart, not hard, work smarter, not harder. So that's what I'm getting. And I feel like your intuition, or at least when it comes to the work situation, your intuition could be off a little bit because you've been overwired, overstimulated. Because even just tapping into this energy, I'm not really picking it up in the cards, I'm just picking this up psychically, is like your back is aching, you're tired, you're mentally drained, and maybe you haven't fully recovered from like the past few weeks or the past month or even this past year to this date. So I feel like for a lot of you, it would benefit you to just chill. If you can take a vacation this month, it'd be great. Or even just like a small trip or something for yourself, it'd be a great time to do so, because you're caught too deep into something. But I see this unfolding very beautifully once you release, and I truly mean fully release this. So with that said, let's get your closing cards, pile 1. Some of you could be having like prophetic dreams, especially this month. I know my dreams amp up this month sometimes. Usually during Capricorn season, but also this season, because I have both a Capricorn and Pisces stellium. Fun times. And a stellium is usually it's having more than 3 signs, like 3 or more signs in any, 3 or more planets or positions in any sign. So if you have a stellium, especially that is around this time of year, you're going to have a lot of activity going on, so you could feel a little overwhelmed. So pile 1, your closing cards, your closing advice. Today I will find the sweetness in the little things. Today I will find the sweetness in the little things. And my pain can be transformed, my trauma can be transformed, and my anger can be transformed. So I feel like you're really going through like a transformation, or a transmutation of a lot of negative energy that you've kind of piled on in the past few weeks, days, months, or whenever it is that you watch this. I feel like you're transmuting a lot of it. And the best way to do this is to just do nothing. I'm saying this because I have Mars in Pisces. And to a lot of people, Mars in Pisces can be seen as like somebody who's quote, quote, lazy. But the truth is, like, Mars in any water sign can easily like soak up the energy and emotions of a lot of people around them unintentionally. So sometimes we're just bogged down by the energies that we feel. So the best way to release this is to just be, to just like do your own thing. Sometimes water and swimming can be important, or even like very, an everything shower, very ceremonial baths or showers. I feel like those can be very transformative as well. Because I know one has been calling, like I've I don't know why. I just really feel the need to shower today, like specifically with like all my nice smelling stuff. So maybe some of you could benefit from doing more fancy showers, more everything showers this particular month. But this is where I leave it, my beautiful pile one. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose this raw emerald, then we have your reading here for you for the month of March. We're going to see what March 2026 has in store for you. We're going to start with your oracles, and we're going to get into the tarot to see more specifically your general love relationships and your career and finances. So let's start with the cards you chose. You got the Page of Air, the Page of Swords, and the Two of Wands. You know what's interesting? I feel like you're learning how to... You're applying what you've learned into the real world. Or you're learning as you go. I'm getting a sense that you're about to do something that you've never really done before. And it's kind of like you're going based off like instinct, intuition. You're just kind of... You learn as you go. You wing it. You learn as you go. That's what I'm seeing. Let's get the rest of your cards. We have number 31, Cannabis, Detachment. We have Potion, number 5. We have Growth, Spiral, number 11. And we have Jera, which is Success, but I want to read from the book because I feel like it means more than that. But whatever you're doing in March, you're setting off on a new journey. And I feel like it could even be a little bit of a crazy one because with the Cannabis card, I know it says detachment, but I'm thinking of the Fool card. Like, not so much detachment, it's just like not attached to the outcome or not really caring what happens. It's just like you're just going to do something for the heck of it, which I think is a positive way of approaching something you've never done before. From the book for Jera, you know what's interesting? It says the spiral unfolds, time collapsing in on itself, wrapping around our lives, brutal and bountiful. Tired hands hold the harvest. Seasons, harvest, time, ebb and flow. Because the original booklet I learned this from said success as in the harvest. It's like something fruitful comes to fruition. Like you're doing something here that is a little bit of a risk or even just a calculated risk, and you're going to get a positive outcome. The example I'm being shown is like, let's say, for example, you go for an interview for a job that you have barely any experience in. You take a risk and it's like, screw it, I'm going to interview for the position anyway. And then you end up getting the position. So it's kind of like that. Like you didn't think something would pan out or work out and it ends up doing so. With Potion, I do feel like for a lot of you, this could be like a new lease on life or like an extension of something that you needed. Because it makes me think of potions in a video game. You drink the potion and it revives. Well, it doesn't necessarily revive, but it gives you more HP, you know, it gives you more life. So whatever this is, I feel like you were on your last, I'm hearing a song of something on a prayer, living on a prayer. It's like you were literally just living on your last maybe paycheck or living on a prayer. Like whatever it was, you were down to your last thing and you take a chance and it ends up working out. That said, I'm not encouraging you to take any risks that you know are not going to be great, but just in case you already were or in case you felt like something was the case here, this is just confirmation. Because it feels like risky energy. It does feel like you're taking a risk this month, or more so than usual. Or maybe you're just kind of going with the flow, seeing how things work out. Because it feels experimental, whatever this is. Or if not experimental, then like you have nothing to lose. It's like because you have nothing to lose, you're just going to go ahead and do the thing that you wanted to, maybe based off a calculated risk. For some reason, I'm getting Venus in Pisces energy because the Venus and Pisces men that I've known tend to be this way. Slightly experimental, but also detached, which I know sounds more like an Aquarius thing, but oddly enough, it's always been the Venus and Pisces men who are like this. Specifically men, women not so much. I don't know what the correlation is there, but the 11th house could be important. So your social group, social circle could be of importance. But yeah, I'm getting a strong detachment here. like you don't care what happens. You're just kind of doing your thing. And oddly enough, that tends to have better results here because you're going to get something out of a situation. So when in doubt this month, detach, or when in doubt, just see where it goes. Be very curious. Be experimental about how things are meant to go. Do apply knowledge where necessary, but I feel like you're just kind of going with the flow. You're winging it. You're not caring. Not because you don't care, but it's just like, I'm getting a very whatever kind of energy. Let me just do this. It kind of cracks me up because it's very, should I say nonchalant? But oddly enough, it gets you the results that you've been wanting or needing. So with that said, let's get your tarot for the month. Let's start with the general. So for pile 2, we have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Something has been unfair or uneven, or maybe somebody or something has taken far too much from you. And maybe that's why you're kind of like in a I don't care mentality anymore. Ooh, okay, these two came out. We have the Chariot, the Sun reversed. You're going to progress forward when you're not feeling at your best, but that's okay. It's like your ego could be low, or you could be like very, you could be lacking confidence, or you could just not be in a great space to be the center of attention. But oddly enough, I feel like this is how you progress forward. So I'm getting a sense of like a reluctant energy to succeed. Or no, how do I describe this? It's like you're doing the bare minimum. You're not doing anything. You don't really feel like being a part of society. And oddly enough, this pushes you forward because you've let go of a lot. You've detached from the outcome, the situation. You've detached from people, situations that have been bogging you down. And you're just progressing forward. It's kind of like you're numbing yourself. And oddly enough, that gets you to where you need to be, because the detachment that you've been needing has been, it's like you've been too attached to something. And because of that, you were not letting yourself progress forward. And now this month, it's like your indifference is actually helping you out somehow. I'm not saying that you're going to be like in a sour mood, or you're going to be like you don't care. Or at least it's not going to be like the whole month, and it's not going to be forever. You're just kind of like, it's like you're done with something, so things just happen for your improvement, which is really interesting. Like I'm getting the irony of this energy is cracking me up. We have the 5 of Wands. Yeah, it's like you're not fighting for something anymore. Like the best way I can describe it is in a workspace where you tried so hard for years to advance and to get a raise and to move forward, that as soon as you stop caring, as soon as you stop applying, as soon as you stop, doing 110%, that's when you start getting all your raises. And that's when you start getting all your promotions. And suddenly you're a manager and you're like, how did I get here? I stopped giving a crap 3 months ago. That's what I'm being shown. And apply that to any aspect of your life. We have the King of Pentacles. Yeah. It's kind of like a delayed gratification, or a delayed reward, but it's going to last longer than you expected. We also have the Star. There's that Aquarius energy, and the 6 of Cups. For a lot of you, you were putting too much, what's the word? Sentimentality or nostalgia. You were bringing too much of your feelings, emotions, and even childhood trauma into the situation. And as soon as you let that go, or as soon as you healed it, or as soon as you quote got over it, things start happening for you. I know this energy just feels so weird to me, because it makes me think of like a teenager who doesn't care about anything, and they're just so done, but their parents push them into everything, and suddenly they're winning awards and getting scholarships and XYZ. So there's a strong reluctance here on your part, but it's benefiting you. It's like the universe is going to show you what it is that you deserve and what it is that you're getting, regardless. And you're just kind of like chilling out, hanging out, even making commentary that, yeah, I wanted this like 2 years ago. I don't know why I'm getting it now. Especially whatever it is that you've been working really hard on. I feel like you finally get the results that you've been wanting. And oddly enough, you're kind of in a weird space to receive it. And back of the deck, we have the 8 of Cups. Yeah, there's that detachment. Saturn and Pisces, which I think we just completed the cycle of Saturn and Pisces at the point of this reading. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Saturn is going into Aries. So especially those of you on the end of Pisces, at the end degrees of Pisces and the early degrees of Aries, you're going to be feeling this a lot. And that's quite a position because I actually have 2 placements in that. So maybe this is me as well. But yeah, you just stop caring and suddenly everything happens for you. It's the best way to describe it. And I'm just cracking up because this energy it's contradictory, isn't it? It's like when you least care is when you get what you want. And how you receive that is up to you. I feel like you can take it or leave it. You can accept it gracefully and like finally, you know, like with a sigh of relief, or you can continue with the nonchalantness. I guess it all depends on where you're at. All right, so in love and relationships, pile 2, we have Judgment reversed. We have Death reversed. Something hasn't fully closed out. Something hasn't fully closed out, either with a person or a situation. Not only that, but you're going to start seeing it differently. The reason you couldn't get closure on a situation or why you couldn't fully end with something or someone is because things have not been fully revealed. You have not seen the other side of the situation, or you have not learned the lesson. I keep hearing the other shoe hasn't dropped, whatever that means. We have the 8 of Pentacles, and there's still some work to do about this, or this could inspire you to do something more. The World reversed, but something's not completely over with a situation or relationship, especially if this is somebody involving a more feminine figure. I'm thinking of like a mother figure or like a very nurturing woman or feminine type of person. Doesn't have to be a woman. I feel like things are not completely over because there are still feelings involved. Yeah, Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups. Somebody could even come through and want to start anew. Because for a lot of you, I don't think this end is even like a breakup or a separation or like the end of a friendship or anything. It's more like things are not ending because they're meant to shift. They're meant to change. So let's say you and a person had a fallout, or you and a person have grown apart. It's not an ending. It's just the need to view something very differently. And the need to understand here with the 8 of Pentacles that there's still work to do or healing to do, or like maybe there's something to pay off. But things are not really ending in March. March is not really... For me personally, or at least the way I've always read the energy, March is not a month to end anything. It's always beginnings, new beginnings. So if you were thinking about ending something, postpone it till the next month, or expect some other time, maybe before, what is this? Whatever it is, it's not ending. Which you may or may not want to hear that depending on the situation. If you're in the process of divorce or separation, a mother figure could be important, whether this is you, your partner, or like the in-laws or your own mother. So take that into consideration, which is really interesting. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for the love and relationships. Also, whatever this is, it's very pivotal. So of course, it's not going to end right away in 1 month. It's going to take longer than that. It's probably going to be a longer process, depending on the situation and like everybody involved. But yeah, there's a need to view a different perspective. So let's look at finances and career. It's funny that I keep saying finances more than anything because I think everybody's more concerned with money than they are with their job. Though I do encourage you to still care about your job, just because of what I'm seeing in the future. You're gonna, well, let me not put any ideas into people's minds, but you should equally care about both, or at least a consistent stream of income. Let's put it that way. We have the Emperor reversed. Emperor reversed. We have the 5 of Wands. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Somebody wanting to take something from you, or maybe competition here. I feel like something is given to somebody out of favoritism, or because this Emperor energy, which is usually seen as like a boss figure, typically masculine, but doesn't have to be. I feel like they're giving favoritism or more, they're playing favorites, essentially. They're playing favorites here. That's the best way I can put it. We have the Tower reversed, but the irony is that it's going to backfire on them. Because it's going to be a situation where they give somebody that they prefer over you, despite the fact that you have more credentials. They're going to give them a position. And when that person messes up in that position, somebody's going to ask why that happened. And it's not going to look great. You're going to witness it, and it's going to be like a karmic, what's it called? It's going to feel great to view this. It's going to be hilarious. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. And you end up getting what you want and need in the beginning. Like, you're going to see somebody choose somebody else over you in the workplace for a position or for a situation. And they're going to fail miserably. Like, it's going to be hilarious. Because I think somebody's going to be aware that it was a choice between you and somebody else. So when they choose this other person and it doesn't work out, they're going to choose you. And that was very straightforward. If it's not you, it could be you and somebody else you know. If you are the person in charge, be careful about favoritism. Don't be the one who's giving the power to somebody who doesn't deserve it. I don't feel like I usually have to call that out. But just in case, nepotism's not going to fly this month. We also have the Moon. Yeah. Because if you thought something was going to be secret this month, it's not. Oh, that's another thing. And I feel like that goes regardless of the work situation or whatever's happening. Especially when it comes to like people who hang out outside of work or people who are friends. People are going to find out very quickly about situations. So be careful about your private life. Don't let people know all about it. I think some people catch on to it faster than others because there's a lot of busybodies in the workplace sometimes. People are just bored and don't have a life outside of whatever they're meant to do. But whatever this work situation is, it feels very lousy. So if you're thinking about switching jobs, it could be a great time to start looking. But not this month. It's not going to happen this month. Just make sure you have a stream of income. If we're trying to talk about finances, it's better to spend on something that is going to give you faster results than something that may or may not work out. So take less risks, because if you are trying to take a risk with money this month, it's not going to work out. Do take a risk in every other aspect of your life, but when it comes to money, no. So this is what I have, pile 2. This is an interesting pile for sure. Like, maybe some of you are used to having like a lot of stuff going on. Or maybe it's Year of the Fire Horse being all crazy for us. Okay, so let's get your final cards for my pile 2. Your froggy cards, what do they have to say? We have, I surround myself with people who really see me. Yeah, I feel like you're choosing to be around people who see you for who you are and only see the best in you. If anybody here is criticizing you, wanting to see the worst of you, or just trying to hold you accountable to some BS that is irrelevant, you don't have to make time for them. You do not have to be around them, nor do you have to cater to them. I don't know who needed to hear that, but I know there's people out there who are used to being around people who honestly don't even want the best for them. It's funny when I read friends or family energy, and you would think that they love somebody, but when I read their energy, they're envious, or they're spiteful, or they're just like indifferent or put up with somebody. And this would include romantic relationships as well. I probably read it more there than anything, and it breaks my heart. Right. We also have, I will prioritize myself when I need to. Yes, you will prioritize yourself. Not only that, but I feel like you're even prioritizing your whims over certain things this month, because it's going to be one of those months where, again, the kookier you act, the more the story progresses forward, the more things happen for you. Again, strong Aquarius energy. You could be on the Aquarius-Pisces cusp, or even the Pisces-Aries cusp. Pisces in general could be important. Which is interesting. And back of the deck, we have, I am unlearning and letting go of harmful thinking patterns. Yes, this has been like the main thing for this month for you. Unlearning and letting go of harmful thinking patterns, letting go in general, and letting go of harmful energies, or energies that just don't want the best for you. It's like they don't want the best for you, they want the best for them. They want the best for themselves in relation to you. Does that make sense? It's like they only think it's good for you if it's also good for them. So be careful with those kinds of energies here, pile 2. But this is where I leave it. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose the garnierite stone, then we have your reading here for you for the month of March 2026. We're going to see what March has in store for you. We're going to start with your oracles, and we're going to get into your tarot to see your general love, relationship, and career and finance. So we're going to start with the card you chose, which is the Magician. Love it. Love this energy because this is a card of manifestation, but also seeing whatever is on your mind to become a reality. If you have any plans, they're going to go through really well this month, or it could be a great month to start making plans that are big, that are going to really change the year ahead. We also have Spider, and I really like this next to the Magician. I'll say why in a minute. We have Dynamic Yin Yang, number 35. Ooh, powerful energy for you, pile 3. We have, is this pronounced manas or ewas? And how is it supposed to, I want to say it's like this. Sorry, I was distracted by the horse because it's supposed to be like sideways, but I'm gonna double check in a moment to see what rune that is. And then we have Palo Santo, number 55, Guardian. Very, very heavily strong energy here because whatever you're doing this month, you're doing it with a sense of alignment and with a lot of protection from unseen forces, whether it's your spirit guides, your angels, maybe the people around you, like your community as well. Especially with this Palo Santo card here, it's almost like you're creating or constructing something. And not only are you very fully believing in yourself about whatever this is, it's like you have support from the outside. So inner and outer support is really strong this month in whatever it is that you are doing. So if this was a confirmation that you needed to go ahead with something, it's a yes for sure. But I'm also getting the sense that for a lot of you, it's going to be a month where you're full of energy, because that's what I'm getting from this card. So let me look it up really quickly. It is Awaz. So this is Awaz, and it literally means horse, which is funny because 2026 is year of the horse. So if you're, well, 1, you're a horse year like myself, and 2, really at ease in this horse year, I feel like you're definitely feeling the effects of it this month, more so than the previous month, because suddenly you have energy to do new things, or you get inspiration to do something else, or whatever inhibitions that you had don't seem to be bothering you as much as they did in the past, is what I'm getting. From the book, just to read a little bit more, paradox unfolds into symbiosis and pushes forward. The symbolism, symbiosis, movement, travel, and nobility. Some of you could be traveling, but I'm really getting more the momentum and the movement of something here. Like something is in the works. We're creating something. We're constructing something. It's definitely a very action-packed kind of month for a lot of you, but in a good way. It's not the kind of action that is exhausting. It's the kind that is motivating. It's like going to the gym and being in the mood to go to the gym and not feeling exhausted and like having even a little extra energy left over to do maybe more than you're used to. Because even tapping into this energy right now, I'm getting very like inspired, whatever this is, which is really fun because it's like midday. And usually I crash, but for whatever reason, I'm getting like a burst of energy here. So I feel like March is going to be a really great month to do maybe even the more difficult or labor intensive or just anything that requires a lot of energy. Go ahead and do that this month because you're going to have the energy to go to push yourself forward. Maybe even be a little too fast here because I'm getting somebody who gets ahead of themselves. In fact, this energy reminds me a lot of how I tend to be like whenever I'm at work. Not this, but like work, because I always need a job that keeps me physically engaged. Like I'm that kind of person because I have so much energy. Maybe some of you are choosing like a hobby or a side project or something that keeps you this way as well. But with Palo Santo, it's funny because Palo Santo is connected with the sacral chakra. Like if you were to give each incense or herb like its own little chakra, assigned chakra, whenever I tap into Palo Santo, I get like the lower chakras. So think solar plexus and sacral energy, which again is where we get our energy from. Our energy to move. For a lot of you, you could have trouble speaking this month, even though you have a lot of energy and you have a lot of like strength and stamina. You may not have the words to express what you're doing or even your plans here. So you might need somebody to be able to make sense of the things you're doing for you. And I think that's okay. That's probably where that yin yang balance is coming from, where like you feel the need to balance and you are, but like you're noticing that you're falling behind on certain other things, whether it's expressing how you feel, your plans, verbal communication. This is like when you're busy with something and you forget to text back or you forget to check your messages and emails, etc. A great month for those of you who like to fall off the grid, that's for sure. So with that said, let's get into your tarot. We're going to do your general first for my pile 3. If you're wondering about like incenses and herbs and like what chakras they are, I could always do a video on that. I've thought about it, but only because I know people may agree or disagree, but I'm open to that. What do you think the chakra that Palo Santo resonates with is? For me, like I said, solar plexus and sacral. Maybe root, because it is grounding. I'll smell it to get grounded or focused. Sage was always, I was taught it was more the throat chakra. Frankincense is third eye and crown, of course. Rose or like lavender to me are heart. Anyway, okay, so we have the 5 of Pentacles reversed, a great card to have reversed. We have the 6 of Wands reversed as well. Interesting. I feel like some of you are not used to being in an energy where you're always winning or you're always positive. It's kind of like you've become more used to being somebody without rather than with. Or you may find a sense of like not knowing what to do with the sudden abundance that comes through. Because I think a lot of you were expecting to not have what you are having this month. Or another way of seeing it is that you might have to be quiet about the things that you are gaining this month. So let's say you come into some money. You may not be able to tell everybody about it because you either don't want to brag or you don't want to have to, share that with anybody if, for whatever reason you feel the need to give that away. We have the Tower. Yeah, there's something unexpected that you come into that you may not be able to share with everybody. This would be like winning the lottery, but not being able to broadcast it to the world. I don't think you would want to anyway. And I think the universe is telling you, whatever you come into, whatever good luck you come into, don't tell people right away. Let it be your own little private celebration until you're ready to share with others. We have Strength reversed as well. Some of you are really grappling with your ego, and then 7 of Pentacles reversed, especially because it's kind of interesting. The energy I'm getting is that you get something that you feel like you haven't earned or deserved. But the thing is that you have, and you don't know what to do with it. This would be like coming into a lot of money without having worked for it. And maybe some of you are not used to that, or coming into a sense of like maybe your employer gives you vacation time for the first paid vacation time for the first time, and you don't know what to do with yourself, or you don't even know if you should tell people that you're on vacation because maybe you just want to chill for a few days or a week or whatever. This is really interesting. So you're going to come into something that should make you happy, that you should be like bragging to everybody about, but you won't because you don't feel like you should, or you just don't feel comfortable in that sense, because it feels like a stifled kind of joy that is coming through. What's another one? Like maybe you come into, you secure something, like maybe you buy a house or you get an apartment in a really cool place, but you don't tell everybody about it. Because for whatever reason, there's something about trauma coming through. So maybe the last time you told people about your happiness or like something good that happened to you, you felt that they all hated you for it, or that they brought you down, or that they were not supportive. And I think this really comes back to asking yourself why you're surrounded by people who don't want the best for you. And I think that's why the Strength is reversed here. It's almost like you feel, or at least there's guilt here, but at the same time, you're acknowledging that no, you shouldn't feel guilty for having good things happen to you. If anything, it's society trying to make you feel bad about good things happening to you. Not only that, but you're allowed to have good things even if everybody else doesn't. If you want to share, you can. And if you want to keep it to yourself, you can as well. And I'm not telling you to be greedy here or to hoard something for yourself, pile 3. But at the same time, if you've earned it, and I feel like a lot of you have, you are more than, like, you can do whatever you want with that. Whatever you have earned, whatever you have come into, you are allowed to do what you want with that and not feel shame or guilty about it. Because 7 of Pentacles reversed, it's kind of like, I don't know why I'm getting the sense like with these hands, they're dirty, but that's because they worked really hard to create the fruits of the labor, you know, to grow the crops that grow. But I'm also thinking it's like, well, they're dirty, but they're red-handed. Like, why is there guilt in having something be easy. Like, why do you, I keep hearing, why do you do this to yourself, pile 3? And I don't know why that's coming through so strongly, but I think that's going to be a general thing for this month. Let's go ahead and get your, I was asked to pull another card. I don't know why. Let me just follow that instinct. We have Magician reversed. Oh, for some of you, this could be the fear of what you manifest, or the fear of your own manifestations. I think especially the subconscious manifestations more than anything, not the intentional ones. Those you're not afraid of. What you're afraid of are the subconscious ones, the manifestations you didn't know that you were manifesting. Because let's face it, I think a lot of us are manifesting a happy, joyous, beautiful life. But a lot of us don't feel like we deserve it or have earned it, or even truly believe that we are capable of it. So those two things are at odds with each other this month for sure. That's probably why that yin-yang card came through in the oracles. Okay, let's move on to love and relationships. The energy I'm picking up here feels very new, by the way. So I don't know if I have new viewers or if this is just like a new dynamic that everybody is tapping into. Because I'm recording this like right before we hit Year of the Horse. So I think I'm tapping into that energy, and dang, it's gonna be quite a year. We have Strength reversed again. I think some of you are just refusing to see how much you are worthy of good things. Because Strength upright is overcoming our struggles. Reversed is kind of like, not that you don't want to overcome your struggles, but you may even convince yourself that you're not supposed to, or that you're not wary of it. Or, sorry, not wary. That you're not... Well, maybe some of you aren't aware of it. Maybe that's the case. But it's kind of like not deserving something. Ace of Wands. Especially that which inspires you. Which is funny because the oracles gave me such a strong sense of like having a lot of energy here. We have the Six of Cups reversed. Yeah, Death reversed. Something from the past is coming back to either haunt you or like... This kind of feels like either... I don't want to say trauma. Temperance and Five of Wands. Oh, okay. When the nostalgia hits you strongly, either someone is going to reach out or you may reach out, I guess depending on who's more likely to reach out. And you're going to find out very quickly why it didn't work out, or why it's not going to become a thing in the future, or why you can't go back to it, depending on what the situation is. Because the Five of Wands could mean, amongst other things, it can mean energy, like the one I was picking up on. But because you're living in a very authentic kind of energy, the universe isn't allowing you to stay stuck to people who are not going to resonate with you going forward. That's what this Temperance is. It's like if you thought, because I'm getting, for some of you, you could be missing an ex, or you could even just by chance run into an ex. For some of you, this could be like cyclical, like maybe you run into them every so often. So like it's inevitable that you're going to meet them or see them, and you're going to see just how much things have changed. Like you two are just not the same, to the point where you wonder like, oh, what did I even see in this person? Or how did I put up with them for so long? Like I'm just getting that kind of energy. So it's definitely something about you might still be stuck on a past version of somebody, or a past version of yourself, or a past version of a dynamic. This could be friends, this could be lover, this could be family, it could be whatever. But the thing is that that's no longer the case going forward, and it couldn't be. And sometimes it is a good, I mean, honestly, in most cases, this is a good thing for a lot of you. Yeah, this is past energy. This would be like running into your ex and you're just like not even attracted to them. You're like, huh, can't believe I was with that for I don't know how many years. Or I mean, I can't believe me and that person used to like, you know, have very romantic nights and whatever. It's giving that kind of energy. Or even like at worst, it could be like, oh, I can't believe I used to like spend all that money on this person or all that time on this person. It's giving that. So this is a good thing. It's giving you confirmation that you are moving forward, or that you are no longer stuck on somebody. But it is going to come with like the unexpected, well, maybe not so unexpected, but you are going to run into them or see a picture of them. Something about them is going to pop up and you're going to be like, huh, okay, I guess I'm over this now, which is a good thing. I feel like you needed to see it. Back of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Not only that, but being stuck on them would have prevented a lot of positive things in the future for you. So let's move on to career and finance for my pile 3. We have the Hanged Man. And I can never tell if this card's reversed or not because, like, upright, but most of these cards have the name on the bottom anyway. So I'm just taking it as is. Upright. We also have the star. Wait a minute, I just realized. Yeah, this is upright. Okay, cool. Something that you thought was going in a particular direction is going in a different direction. So let's say you thought you really weren't going to get a position and then suddenly you get it. Or you thought a position was going to go to somebody else and it goes to someone else. There are, whatchamacallits. Let's see, we have Two of Pentacles reversed. If you're presented problems without solutions, some will choose just to get used to it. People are not doing that anymore. I think if they're having problems in the workplace, things are getting done about them. Either the people in charge are going to listen or the people who are not in charge are going to do something about it. It's almost like not a interesting. I'm being told this could be taken in several ways outside of the workplace, and I'm just going to leave that as it is. But let's say you thought something was going to go a certain way, or everybody thought something was going to go a certain way, and then it goes a completely different way. I keep hearing a 180 or a, oh my God, what's the word for an unexpected turn of events? That, plot twist. And people are like, no, that's not fair. I keep hearing like something's not fair because I'm being told it's not just the workplace because I just watched the Olympics as well. And I know there's a lot of things where people thought somebody was going to win the gold and somebody else wins the gold. I'm getting that kind of energy in the workplace or even in your finances. Like maybe you thought you were going to make this much or that your stocks were going to go severely up or down or whatever. It's a turn of events. It's a plot twist. It's a 180. We also have the world reversed. Literally, I'm hearing the world turned upside down. Take this as it resonates because like I said, this doesn't necessarily have to stick to the workplace. I can't stress that enough. So it could even be like however you live your life daily. But I'm going to stick with the example of the workplace. And redemption. 4 of Swords. Okay, I like this. Because things don't turn out the way you thought they would, this means you need to take a break and reassess and see what else you can do. Back of the deck, we have resist stance. Wow, I like that. Resistance. I'm going to leave it over here. Because like I said, this could be taken several ways. But I'm going to stick to the workplace. So you thought something was going to go a certain way and it doesn't. And a lot of people, not just you, because I'm kind of feeling this collectively, they're going to start making a big deal out of it to the point where they can't not be heard. For some of you, you could be in a company where there could be things like, protests or something. Take that only if it resonates. You will know if that's you or not. But for others with the world reversed here, it's kind of like you may have to reassess how you want to live your life going forward. And I think a lot of you have been doing that to begin with. Like maybe you've been wanting to take on a new job or a new field, or maybe you want to study. I feel like something is in the air for you, and it's a great time to start reassessing your opportunities, your options, anything else that you can do. This would be like, this is just an example, and I swear I was like daydreaming, and I'm like, what if I don't get an apartment? What if I don't get another place to live? And I was like, well, an option would be to live in an RV, girl. Go get yourself a camper van and live out on the street. Like I was just me talking to myself. It's giving me that kind of energy where you're like literally exploring every option, including the options that aren't the most logical or that don't make the most sense. But I feel like you needed this because with redemption here, at the 4 of Swords, the 4 of Swords is about resting, but redemption, it's like you're not just resting, you're taking a break to reassess what it is that you can and can't do and make a new plan. Lots of planning here. After all, you did get the Magician at the beginning of this reading, letting me know that you have a lot more control over your life than you recognize. That's what the Magician is here to tell us. Not only that, but like the Hangman, the Star, the World reversed. If anything crazy happens, it's for your benefit. If anything, I heard out of pocket. Anything out of pocket happens, if anything unexpected happens, it's for your benefit. So don't look at it in a negative way. Look at it as, okay, well, in this chaos, what can I do right now? Well, in this nonsense, what am I being shown? And And I see this more in the workplace than anything, but like I said, apply this to outside the workplace. For some of you, it could be your living situation, because I did mention apartments and camper vans. For some of you, it could be like a dynamic, like a friend dynamic or a family dynamic. But I feel like that would be more up here in the love and relationships. But this could even just be your life, pile 3, which is interesting because I'm not always told to take that particular section that way. And for some of you, this could also be money. But I feel like if you were to look at money that way, it would only be if you knew about things like stocks or things that unexpectedly happen. Yeah, take that as it resonates, but that's where I'm gonna, because I'll be honest, Spirit is telling me to say it in a certain way, but I don't want to, just because I don't know what will get me, I don't know what is approved on YouTube and not, and I kind of don't want to push that limit right here in my March horoscope. So let's get your final cards. Pile 3. Okay, we have, I do not expect perfection from others, so I will not expect it from myself. Yeah, give yourself the same mercy and softness and love and care that you give everybody else, pile 3. And it's never too late to start over. Yes, I don't care how old you think you are. I don't care how much effort, time, energy you have put into something. You can always start anew. Sometimes starting over can be very liberating, and I feel like it's a great time to do so. But this is where I leave it, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose the pistachio or seafoam calcite, then we have a reading here for you for the month of March 2026. We're going to see what it has in store for you in your tarot, where we're going to see your general love, relationship, and career and finance. So the card you got is the 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. So let's get your cards. We have pumpkin number 31. Why is this cracking me up? This pumpkin looks like it's something from like Adventure Time or any of those 2010s Cartoon Network shows. We also have number 30, love, heart. Oh, we also have Berkana, which among many meanings, love is one of them. And we have number 17, Gotu Kola, higher consciousness. Interesting. There's a lot of connectivity this month for you. Because what's funny, for me, pumpkins personally have always symbolized like abundance and joy and happiness. I'm not sure why. Every time I see a pumpkin, I just get happy. Like when I think of autumn, or I guess gourds in general, like the squash, calabacitas as we call them in Spanish. I always get really happy when I see them. So to me, pumpkin is symbolizing joy and happiness. I will read from the book to see specifically what the oracle creator intended for it to mean. But I'm also sensing, or not sensing, but like noticing a pattern of like 10, 30, 31. So something about a difference of 10 could be important, or the 30th and 31st. Does March have 31 days? 30th or 31st or 10th of the month could be important. As could the 17th. Well, let's go ahead and see what they mean by pumpkin for my pile 4. We have looms in the shadows, an ominous sight to foe, and a ward for the beholder. Ward, protection, hidden, contrary, and mischief. I'm taking more the sense of protection here, which makes sense. It also makes me think of like Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King. If that resonates with anybody. I don't know where I meant to go with that, but I guess for somebody, if that is of any symbolism for you, you can take that. I was never big on Nightmare Before Christmas, but I am getting a sense that this month you're sensing a big feeling of community, of friendship, of love. Because the 10 of Pentacles can be seen as like the family card, or like the lasting wealth, joy, and happiness card. Kind of like its sister card, the 10 of Cups, where the cups would be like a joyous family. The 10 of Pentacles is a joyous abundance that lasts a lifetime. It's like the legacy you leave behind, or even like those lifelong friends or those lifelong people in your circle that are going to be there for you. I feel like they could be protecting you as well. For a lot of you, there is going to be a focus on love this month, whether you intend that to be the case or not. I feel like the people who adore you, or the people who you adore, could be really important, especially in your spiritual journey. If you are embarking on some spiritual endeavors this month, like maybe you decide to take up more I heard yoga, but I meant to say meditation. So take that as it resonates, especially those of you who do a more spiritual type of yoga like I do. But I am getting a sense that you feel connected this month. I think that's the word I'm going for here. Connectivity, whether it's friends, family, your social group, the people around you. There's a sense of connectivity here. And I guess that's why I see like this joyous, happy energy with the pumpkin card. Lots of abundance as well, and not strictly in the monetary sense, though with the 10 of Pentacles that can be the case. It's an abundance of life, like whatever makes your life feel lived, whatever makes your life feel fulfilled, purposeful, like it has meaning. You're going to be feeling that this month for sure. A beautiful energy to have this month for a lot of you. What else is coming through? I want to look at Berkana. I'm being asked to do so. Maybe some of you could be doing a lot of research this month as well, or this could be my pile of bookworms. Like maybe you like to look up the meanings of things, or if not through books, then of course through like a Google search or through databases. I'm thinking of someone who just likes to research things for the heck of it, which I definitely do that from time to time. Berkana. Birch, new life takes form. Symbolism is rebirth, healing, transformation, and creation. Ooh, you could be creating something this month for sure. And I do get the sense of transformation, but not in the sense where like, you know, you're going through, for example, a forced transformation. This is more like a natural transformation. It's like what happens next naturally is what happens for you in March. So this is things happening for you without them feeling so jarring or so pivotal. It's like a very smooth and soft kind of energy that I'm picking up for you this month, pile 4. Very lovely energy as well. So with that said, let's move on to your tarot. We're going to start with the general for my pile 4. There's this stubbornness here for some reason. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the 10 of Swords reversed. We have the Empress. We have the 4 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, I love this. Because you care so much about yourself, there's something about yourself this month that you're really taking pride in. It's like you have found your sense of pride, you understand your worth, and you're not staying anywhere where people treat you less than or where people are making you feel like you are less than. I feel like you're really standing up for yourself, but not in a crazy way. This is in a very soft way. Like think with the Empress here, I'm thinking a very Venusian way, like a beautiful woman who stands up for herself and knows what she is worth. So wherever she is not being treated well, she takes herself elsewhere. That's what I'm getting. Because for some reason, I just saw like Marilyn Monroe, like getting up from a table and being like, oh, well, clearly this is not the table for me because people are treating me like garbage. Let me take my beautiful self elsewhere. I don't know why I got Marilyn Monroe. Like she's a great person, but she's not like one of my favorite people. But that's literally what I saw. Like a lot of you are understanding your worth, and anywhere where people are literally just making you feel like garbage, you're not going to stay very long. In fact, it should be an indicator to certain people that if you're not being around them for a long time, or if you're not being around them as often as you used to be, it's probably because they're doing something wrong. And if they can't see that, then they don't deserve you being there. And I kind of wish the people around you would understand that more than you, because I think you know this. Like you're not going to stay somewhere where you're not being treated well. You're not going to stand somewhere where you're being held on to for no good reason, because I kind of see this especially in like friendships, relationships, family dynamics, where people hold on to somebody that they know is worth a lot, like somebody who has like a lot of pride, somebody who's really great, who has a lot of energy to give, a lot of love to give, but rather than treat that person right, they want to remind that person that, oh, you're not that great. So they tell them things to like neg them or to make them feel small, when the truth is that they're not small. And it's really annoying that I'm seeing the perspective that you are, how you're being treated here, pile 4, because I feel like the universe wants to bring this forward to you. Like, hey, you're not being treated well in certain dynamics and certain friendships, maybe certain relationships, specifically like the casual kind of dating relationships. If you're not being spoken to in the way that you want to be spoken to, if you're not being treated in the way that you want to be treated, you have more freedom in being able to walk away from whatever this is. Because the Knight of Wands is somebody who, it's a card of calling to action. And I don't know why I'm having such a hard time speaking here. I feel like people really want to put words in your mouth, or they want to tell you how you feel, and it's like, how are you going to tell me how I feel when you're not me? And no, you can't tell me that that's what I'm supposed to be feeling. So that's the energy I'm picking up, pile 4. Sorry if that was a little confusing, but I'm seeing your dynamic, and I'm being told to explain it from a like the third perspective, the outside perspective, because this is how you're being treated, whether you acknowledge this or not. And I see you walking away from this, or at least the universe is asking for you to walk away. Because yeah, 10 of Cups reversed. Something is no longer as happy as it used to be, or you're recognizing that certain, I do feel like this is more of either a friend or like a, for those of you who are currently dating, this could be like certain people that you are casually seeing or possibly seeing, like on the precipice of wanting to start something with. They're trying to make you feel either guilty or less than or whatever. Like, I sense emotional manipulation on some sort of level from their part, not yours. Because here you are, the Empress, and here they are trying to hold on with the Four of Pentacles. They're trying to hold on to you so that you don't notice how good you are on your own. I think they don't want you to be happy on your own, essentially, because then what would they have? Nothing. And that's on them. Like, if they can't find happiness with themselves, or if they have to feel the need to keep you in their life for no reason, like they're never going to give you what you want, or they're not going to, you know, step up to your level, or not going to whatever, like, why keep you around? It's selfish on their part. That's what I'm seeing, and I don't like it, but I feel like it's going to be a big theme this month for you, pile 4. Let's go ahead and get more cards. Yeah, you don't have to stay anywhere where people are making you feel less than you are, because you're not. And I don't get why people think that's a healthy dynamic. Like, if you love someone, you don't make them feel awful. If you love someone, you make sure that they are reaching their potential. You make sure that they're going after what they want. They do not keep you down. They do not keep you held back. They do not force you to see some other perspective that is not truly yours. And I don't care for that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like the energy I'm picking up on there. So let's see what's going on in love and relationships. We have the Five of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Swords reversed. You acknowledge that you have a lot to offer and a lot to give, because I'm seeing an abundance for you. But the thing is that you don't feel the need to explain it. You're not gonna, how do I put this? It's like, you know that you have a lot more to offer than other people, but at the same time, you don't feel the need to explain that. You don't feel the need to verbalize it. It's like, if they can't see it, then they'll never understand it. So why bother having to tell them about it? That's what I'm seeing. Take that as it resonates. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Lots of Pentacles energy here for you. Lots of earthy energy. So especially if you are in strong earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or if you have that predominantly in your chart, I feel like you're acknowledging how much you are worth this month. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Hermit reverse, because somebody here is like giving you offers that are really not like all that great. I'm getting this energy of like, I stepped out of my house for this. I got out of my comfort zone for this. And it's kind of annoying. It's like, let's say somebody wanted to... Let's say you're the kind of person who prefers to just stay at home and do whatever you want, but then you have like a friend or somebody asking you out to, hey, let's go do this, let's go see that, come over to my house and we can chill. And then you do, when you go over and there's like a mess. They don't have food or snacks for you. They're just putting on something on TV that isn't even your favorite thing. Like something you don't care to watch. Like you're just like, I came out of the comfort of my house for this. That's what I'm getting. It's just like, I'm getting the sense of like, you did so much and it's like, for what? What are we doing here? You want me over so bad. Why don't you cater to my needs? Or why don't we do something we both are going to enjoy? Because like I said, you're acknowledging your own self-worth and what your own value. You're acknowledging your own value. That's what I want to say. And why is it so hard to say it? I think somebody doesn't want you to acknowledge your own value, and that's stupid of them. I'm sorry, whoever this energy is, whoever this person is, or people, it could be like a group of friends. I don't care for this energy that they want you to stay small. And I would be careful of this, because people like that, once they notice that they're losing you or that you're acknowledging that you don't want what they want, they could they could start guilt tripping you. Because that's what I'm seeing. Like, they don't fight fire with fire. They have underhanded ways of keeping you there. It's like a mother guilting their child into staying in the house forever, which is messed up, honestly. I'm sorry. I don't care. You can love your kids as much as you want, or you can love your mom as much as you want, but if you were to stay in the house forever, like, what's that gonna do? I'm all for people's freedom. I'm sorry. Your pile is this pile. Pile 4. I love you so much, but I feel like the people around you have been keeping you down somehow. Yeah, Temperance reversed. And I feel like you're acknowledging the imbalance in your social group, or with this friend, or for some of you, it could be a partner, a lover, a date, somebody that you're seeing casually. Like, you're not going to make yourself small for anybody, because there's a mimicking here. Look how the Empress is upright. Look how the Queen of Pentacles is upright. Even the Knight of Wands, which I associate with you here, pile 4, is upright. Like, you have power over this. You have power to take yourself out of a situation. And everything else is reversed, letting me know that, like, you are not fitting into this environment, into this scenario, because you're meant for something better. And I feel like that's going to become very apparent. Yeah, Ace of Wands. You're going to be inspired by something new. You could be invited to something new with Strength and the Wheel of Fortune. It's like by chance you get whisked away into some other new adventure or some new environment, or like you meet new people, and you're going to notice how much better that situation was, or this new situation is, than the old situation was. No matter how, because I'm sorry, I don't know why this energy is pissing me off so much. It's just like somebody's trying to make you feel small so that you feel bad about moving on to your better, funner, greater things. When the truth is, people who love you should be happy for you, going after the things you want and being in environments that you deserve to be in, or that even you want to be in, even if you don't deserve it, even if it's not fitting for you. The fact that you want something, you should at least get to enjoy that. So why don't they let you, or why don't they let you enjoy that? That's the whole thing. It's not about, oh, what's perfect for you. It's about letting you explore, letting you do things. I'm sorry, I'll stop being annoyed. I'll stop being annoyed in a moment. Let's see your finances and career. Like, for example, whenever my friends move away or go somewhere, I get so excited for them because, one, they're going after their dreams. They're going to explore new situations, new things. They're going to see new horizons. I love a sense of adventure. So when I see their sense of adventure and them go after it, I vicariously enjoy that. Like, it's like I get to see them on, you know, their socials, posting new pictures, posting all their new life. And I'm just so happy for them. I don't get jealous. I mean, I might, you know, in a good way, like, oh, dang, I wish that was me out there living my life. But I would never hold them back or make them feel bad about it. Like, who does that? It's crazy. Because in the same vein, I would hope they would want that for me. Okay, so finances and career. We have the Page of Swords reversed. We have the Sun reversed. Okay, lay low in the workplace, or you could just be not like appearing in the workplace as much this month, whichever makes more sense. We have the Eight of Pentacles. If you knew that, why did you do that? With Nidoking, I think it says Nidoking. Eight of Swords. Lay low, because I feel like, I don't think you're gonna mess up. But I think, let me get one more card. Seven of Wands. There's like this, the energy I'm picking up in the workplace is that people are looking for problems. And if you even mess up a little bit, and you're making like if you're making more noise or being more visible than usual, you'll just be like a what's it called when you become unintentional victim just because you're in the area? Collateral damage? I don't know. It's like you just happen to be around and they're looking for something and boom, you happen to be there. It's like bad luck. So let's say people are looking for errors in the workplace. It's like, well, who's making the most amount of errors? It may not be you, but because you happen to make the similar error, or like something similar happens in your case, even though it wasn't you, you might still end up being punished or attacked for it. Maybe that's a severe. You might still end up being chastised by it. Why am I having such hard time speaking in this one? My goodness. Maybe I'm picking up on energies of people who don't speak English or are very nonverbal, whichever makes more sense. But like, I'm picking up that you could be blamed for something that wasn't actually your fault, or like if it was the fault of a machine, they might blame it on you. Yeah, especially if your company or your workplace uses AI or something like that. They would rather blame you than the software, because it's just easier to handle you than something they don't completely understand. And that really sucks, but like, let's see a positive solution to this other than just laying low or not being there. That could explain why it might be better for you to take some time off this month if you can. Because I keep seeing that something wasn't your fault, but because you happen to be there, it's like, oh, I guess it falls on pile 4. If you deal with clients, maybe that's also the case. Like maybe something happened to their stuff and they blame you rather than the system, or like it was the system's fault, but because you're a person who's there, they would rather chew you out than like say something. Also, I don't know what kind of environment you're in, pile 4, but like the workplace stuff feels really, it feels like a lot, because I keep using words like punish and chew you out. Like who's being aggressive in the workplace? Or maybe it's just the type of workplace that you work in. I'm thinking of like bars and stuff, like where people can get a little, you know, they can be a bit much. 5 of Wands. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up on, like a hostile workplace. And I don't like saying that, but if you already know this is how your workplace can be, like I said, lay low, or maybe just don't go at all if you can. Back of the deck is the 5 of Pentacles. Of course, this isn't everybody. I feel like not everybody's gonna resonate with this. But for those of you who do, and you already know, and you know what your situation is, this is probably more for you, that if you felt like you don't need to be there, then don't be there. Like if you're not there, you're not likely to be blamed for anything. And it's kind of annoying, but that's what I'm seeing here. So with that said, let's move on to your closing advice, pile 4. But yeah, you're definitely valuing yourself this month. You're picking things that are better for you. You're choosing better environments, better situations, better friends, better people, all over the board. In fact, it might be better to focus on the people who do adore you and love you and want the best for you this month, rather than focusing on everything else, like the environment that is putting you down this month. Because I feel like those are very, very different, drastically different environments. We have, I give myself permission to be the person I want to be. Exactly. Be who you want to be and don't worry what anybody else says, pile 4. Because at least you can say that you chose that, and at least you can say that you tried to be that, even if it doesn't end up working out. But for a lot of you, it will end up working out. Don't let the doubts of others lay, what am I trying to say? Don't let the doubts of others weigh heavily on you. And I am okay with who I am. I am not perfect, but I am always learning and growing. Exactly. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be everything that and here's the thing. People try to like freak you out with perfectionism. They try to freak you out with everything that could go wrong, as opposed to what could go right. Because there's a million things that could go right versus what could go wrong. And I think people just don't seem to understand that. Not only that, but a lot of things are more neutral than not. Like not everything has to be great or bad. It can also just be neutral. It could also just be same, you know, same vibe, different flavor, same vibe, different view. I don't know, something like that is what I'm getting. But this is where I leave it, pile 4. I am sending you so much love, protection, healing, and divine guidance. I hope the divine guidance you need finds you this month. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.